Hey everybody, I just wanted to pop on here really quick and share a word that the Lord's just kind of been dropping in front of me a few times now over the last week or two. And I just really felt the heaviness to just share this with more people than just the few that I have, in a way to encourage you. So what it is, he's been dropping the story of Joshua and the city of Jericho a couple of times now, like I said, and he's just given me this a deeper revelation for that. And as I've been just kind of digging a little bit deeper into it, he had me look up the name Joshua, like what it meant. And the place that I looked it up, the meaning of the name Joshua was Jehovah is salvation. And out of that, I wanted to just give you this. The word salvation is not just a ticket to, escape hell. It's not that, get out of hell free card. It's much deeper. It's much more encompassing of a word. It's a way of life. It's a fullness. It's healing, it's provision, it's all of those things. It's an all-encompassing word. And Jehovah is that. And so the place that I looked this up, Joshua is that meaning. And so when I looked at that and I looked at the story in Joshua chapter 6, the Lord just kind of started revealing me a few more things. And here's what I felt led to share, that this is not just for me and not just for the people that I have felt led to share this with, to encourage them with. I just really felt like this was more of a word for a lot more people. So if you know the story, it's 6 days of Joshua and his army in a specific formation, marching around the walls of this city called Jericho. The walls were fortified, they were very strong, they were impenetrable. And a lot of our lives and have circumstances that are a lot like the walls of Jericho. And so for 6 days, they were in this specific formation, so they were walking in obedience the way the Lord told them to walk, and they marched around the city, okay? And then on the seventh day, 7 times, the 7 is a number of the Lord's perfection, and there's completion and all this awesome stuff. You think about, Genesis chapter 1, 7 days, creating all of creation. I'm not going to go there. But anyway, so on the 7th day, the 7th time around, so every time they walked around on that 7th day, they were blowing their shofars, their trumpets, and their shouts, and that is what brought the walls down. Just a brief synopsis of the story for some of you that may not know. So here's what I felt very strongly to just simply and quickly encourage you in, is that I felt that the days in this particular scripture, can't even talk today, this particular scripture, I really felt the Lord was highlighting these days in years for a lot of us, that the last, that the past 6 years have been years of walking in obedience and yet not seeing those walls crumble down. Believing that they will, knowing that the Lord spoke specific words over you and to you, words of victory over certain circumstances in your life, whatever those may be. You can take all of those things and place them as that wall, that impenetrable wall, and that the past 6 years for a lot of us have been just that marching in formation, marching in obedience, and that faith and that trust that the Lord is going to bring that victory to you, to those circumstances. And what I really felt him say was that this is the year, this is that 7th day, and that 7th year, that as we have been walking in the past 6 years, we've been walking in obedience, but in that walk, in that waiting, he's been doing a refining in us, and all of the growth and refining and goodness that he's brought in us and around us and through us over the last 6 years of not seeing the manifestation of that. He has changed us for the better. And now we're in this place where it's our choice that we are in that seventh year, in that seventh day, marching around, and all it takes is recognizing the fruit of the last 6 years in the waiting, recognizing his purpose over you over the last 6 years in the waiting, and praising him for that. You know, those shouts of joy, those shouts of triumph, those shouts of gratitude for the past 6 years is what will bring down those walls this seventh year. This, you know, whatever that 7, you know, whether it's years, I really felt like it was years. But you know, it could translate to other timings. You know, this is something that you need to take to the Lord and have him give you specific confirmation for whatever you're hearing in this. I really felt that it was years, though, that this is the journey that he's brought us to. Willing to continue to walk in obedience without seeing manifestation, but now we are going to see it. This is that time, this is that year that we're going to see a lot of things come crumbling down, and then you will be able to lay claim, hold to the victory that has been promised over the last several years, walking into the manifestation of those promises, and showing, you know, having proof of that victory that you've been holding on to and laying claim to for the last 7 years. So I just wanted to encourage you, keep marching. You know, if you don't see it right away, keep marching, and just keep the faith, keep trusting that the Lord, if he said it, he will do it. If he promised it, he cannot lie, you know. So just hold on to that, be encouraged by that. I'm fully believing that we will all be walking into the fullness of which he has called us to walk in this year. This is a very significant year, and I think we're going to all be just completely blown away by that. So may the Lord bless you. May he keep you. May his face continually shine upon you and give you peace. Love you.